Dan's up. He says, I've looked at using press releases based off the battle plan and saw that you have them at the store. Besides using them for launching a new site, would there be other places that I could use them? I do some consulting on the side for local businesses and build sites, lead gen, etc. Yeah, Dan, press releases are my favorite off-page or like link building method, really. Like, no question. I absolutely love press releases. I use them as my primary off-page link building tool or method. I still use spam links from time to time for certain things, but for the most part, I'm using press releases for link building. So yeah, you can use them. Guys, there's dozens and dozens of things that you can publish press releases about. I've talked about them. Like, we have a course called Local PR Pro, which is specifically about how to use press releases to rank in the Maps pack, right? To get Google GMB, like Google My Business profiles, ranked in the Maps pack using press releases, right? So it's really that's what that course, Local PR Pro, is all about. And in that course, I talk about how there's multiple different things that you could publish a press release about, because that's a question that comes up often. Well, I don't think my client has anything that's really newsworthy to publish a press release about. But think about it. Getting a 5-star review is you could publish a press release about receiving a 5-star review, or your client, right? Or you could publish a press release about a new employee being hired, or a new, like a seasonal change to the product line that's available, or the services that are available, depending on what kind of business you're dealing with, right? Or an accolade that the company receives, some sort of award or something like that, or any charitable things, any charity events that they're hosting or that they contribute to or participate in, right? There's dozens and dozens of things, hooks, angles that you could use to write a news release, or something that can be like, even guys, you can even publish a press release about a new blog post that's been published on the website. No kidding. I mean, you just have to get a little bit creative. And Dan, when I say you have to get creative, I don't mean you. I mean, what I would recommend is hiring like a PR writer from Upwork or something like that can come up with these angles. Like, a good press release writer can come up with a newsworthy angle for just about anything. And so again, if you're doing a lot of this work, you could hire a PR writer, a good PR writer from like Upwork or something like that. Or if you've got a good press release distribution service that you subscribe to for monthly press releases or whatever, if they've got good writers in-house, which most good services do now, then they have writers that are already like trained on how to find newsworthy angles or to create hooks for their stories, for the press releases, right? And so, for example, if you use the MGYB press release service, the writers there from the Press Advantage Distribution Network, that's who we're using. It's fabulous. And the press releases are like almost twice the content length of normal of typical press releases. So they're somewhere in the neighborhood of 750 words as opposed to 300 to 400, which is what most of them are. So those writers are really, really good. Like, that's their sole purpose in life, is to find an angle or to create an angle to write a press release about. And those are the same writers that you have access to when you buy press releases from us individually. Okay. Anybody want to comment on that before we move on? It's a good one, Dan.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head. They're great for just about everything. The only thing that you have to avoid is self-promotion, but I mean, you get that from most of them. You just have to define what self-promotion is. Like, you go and you advertise, well, we're in Facebook. If you just started your Facebook page, we're doing this, we're doing that. It's still self-promotion. It's just not getting salesy. That's what you want to try to avoid. So other than that, it's fantastic for link building. And then not only that, if you hit the press link, whatever the distribution network is with link building, it'll push through. You're putting like a filter in between the destination, right? So that if you hit that with link building, it'll power it up even more. So they just work really well for everything.
They damn sure do. And like Marcus said, you can actually do self-promotional PRs, but the salesy part is what you got to leave out. They shouldn't be salesy, but they can be self-promotional. Again, if a good PR writer will be able to disguise a promotion as a story, a news story, right? And that's really what you want to do. So that's why I say don't do it yourself. If I had to write press releases, I'd be a very miserable person. I wouldn't want to do it. But some people enjoy that stuff and they're good at it. So